Okay, so this is the part number I used, U1411. The original part number is 88921899. I believe after looking on eBay more, the Cole Hersey one is a little bit cheaper, and you can tell it's a better fit for this than the other Universal one, because this one is much smaller. If you remember on the other videos I showed, that tab right there, the end of that copper, whatever, brass of the switch, the brass of the switch was pressed up against this. This is thinner, and it's the perfect size of the original sleeve there, okay? Not only that, there's the original piece of aluminum here has 3 little tits on it. Okay, those 3 tits, I had to grind them a little bit to get them in, but there's all these notches that are in the switch. If you look up the switch, you will see those notches. So in the end, it fits the way I showed you before in the other video, and I put a new screw here, but it really came out great because it wasn't set back so far. Even though the threads were the same, it was threaded all the way throughout. My friend took the original nut. It was a big brass nut, unfortunately, and because of the way it is on the inside here, where this fits into the piece of metal and this screws into that piece of metal, you know, you had to make a nut that fit in the hole because it's being held by this one little screw right there. You don't have to worry about how tight you make that nut, but it had to be tight. And I started off by trying to do it myself, and I drilled out the hole in the aluminum one even bigger because this particular switch is 13/16. If I'd known better, I would have left it longer probably and still done the same thing, but I would have had a little more leeway. Now, that being said, I didn't, and my friend had to cut it down, but it actually came out really good. We had a hard time trying to make the aluminum part flat. It gotten beat up all this time and me messing with it and trying to put the whole piece into a drill press. It was kind of shitty, but it really came out great because it fits perfectly. I actually had to push it in, as you saw with the other video, had to push it into the hole. It ended up being perfect. I mean, yeah, I couldn't ask for more. And now the switch here has this escutcheon and this escutcheon nut. And even after because you can only tighten this so far because it stops. You know, it stops right on the inside edge here. So, as you can tell, my videos are not freezing because I got a different phone now. And this is a 7/8. That's in all the way, and it's just barely touching this. I know before I was kind of cramping down on this thing when I was trying the other things, and this crack was getting, you know, wider. Let's see. Of course, I bought a wrench in with me. Here it is. Okay, hang on. So I don't need to go crazy. And anyway, it's bottomed out right there. It's like perfect. I'm not putting too much pressure on this. It's already bolted in. And you know what? It looks good. It looks pretty thin. But you could tell it's a little bit off the key, but that's as best as it's going to get. It really came out great. And then, you know, to deal with the wiring right now, I extended these pieces of wire so I can just deal with this. I hate going directly to these kind of switches because half the time when you just want to like figure out what the hell the deal is, you got to take apart the whole damn thing again. I'd rather not touch this too much. So now this is going to go to an array of different things I got going on here. As you can tell, I put some bullet connectors. You can't mess up the white one. So when I hook up the white, that's for the ignition. One of these is power in. One of them is ignition out. Ignition out turns on the solenoid outside. And you see I put the bullets where... Well, I have 2 red ones, so I swapped the bullets around so I can't mess them up. And this one is going to be my alternator light when I get that in. But so far, so good. It really, I couldn't be happier. And to get rid of anything that has to do with a foot pedal for this car and still kind of maintain a stock look is great as far as I'm concerned. And what I'm going to do, one of those wires down there, those big wires, I think I said it already, I'm going to end up with 2 of these. One of these is going to be